Work emerges from work. One thing I've learned from teaching and making work with Chris is that you say yes, and you say yes often, and you make work, and then you think about what you've got afterwards. I saw a great book in the Robert Rauschenberg show, which was about the Black Mountain College, and it said leap before you look. And I like the attitude of not overthinking a piece of work, not trying to second guess how it's going to turn out, and actually making stuff and then worrying about it afterwards, seeing, looking at it and saying, I've got these 100 things, these 200 things, these 50 things, and saying, what happened? What am I going to do with them? How do they compare to one another? What do they do? If you don't have those things, you can't do it. If you have them, you can. And I found that from collaborating with people, it's more a question of saying yes rather than worrying about giving away stuff or feeling that you're somehow not the author. But that generosity is really important. And I think when you're making artwork, it's important that you're generous to yourself and you're generous to the practice and make more than you need and worry about it. And when you notice, and then to take time to notice things. Don't be afraid of stopping and going, hold on a minute, this is going in a different direction, and the different direction is more interesting. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I was making a collage, and as I was putting the bits of the collage, the loose bits of paper back into the bag to sort of keep them, I noticed a configuration that was interesting, so I made that photograph. And I think it's always keeping an eye out for those little accidents, those little connections that's really important and can enrich your practice. I don't think originality comes from thinking about something new. I think it comes from evolving. It was interesting, Jackie Liebsit, the drummer in Cannes, died recently in the last few days, and I read a quote from him on Facebook or something and said, we really wanted to be original, and I think we got there. I'm paraphrasing horribly, but the idea of originality, it's not something you start from. You don't start from an original idea, you make your way towards originality, I think. And it's the way of sticking with something and bleeding it dry and following the thread, or whatever metaphor you want to use, and ending up somewhere that's particular to you. And that's originality, not the idea that you have to start from somewhere fresh. I think you start with your influences, you start with your taste, with your predilections, your ability, your knack, your talent, or whatever you want to call that. And religious people tend to call it a gift or something. I think a knack is better. Some people can just pick up a guitar and knock out a tune within a couple of weeks. I never could, but I could draw a bit. And so that idea that you start with that and then you make your way towards something.